22-year-old Vishwaroop Sharma believes he is living in hell. 3 days ago, he drove his critically ill father, who contracted COVID, to a Delhi hospital and pleaded for help. With no beds, no oxygen, they were forced to wait outside. Sharma rubbing his father's back, trying to offer reassuring words, but no help came.
He knows he will going to die, and he was saying, I won't be able to breathe. I need something. I need more medicines, but nothing is provided to him. And he died in front of me on my hands.
Sharma told CNN he returned home to find his mother, now a widow, struggling to breathe. She too had contracted the deadly virus. With the help of friends, he purchases an oxygen cylinder on the black market. And for the next few days, he drives from hospital to hospital with his mother in the back seat, breathing through an oxygen mask. Finally, he finds an available bed at a hospital 100 kilometres away.
She was consoling me that don't be worried, I'll be back, don't worry. If God is with us, I'll be back.
India is facing a second wave that's turned into a tsunami, catching the nation's government completely off guard that failed to stockpile or prepare for this moment. On Thursday, the country recorded almost 315,000 new COVID cases and more than 2,100 deaths, the highest number of daily infections and deaths ever recorded in any country since the pandemic began. And medical experts say that number is only going to rise.
Given the number of infections that we already have and the people that might have already infected, I do not expect the case count to go down before 3 or 4 weeks and the death count to go down till at least 2 to 3 weeks thereafter.
Hospitals are at breaking point with an acute shortage of beds and oxygen. The capital, Delhi, has less than half the required oxygen for COVID patients, despite India being one of the world's largest producers of medical and industrial oxygen. The High Court has criticised the central government's handling of the oxygen crisis, describing the shortage as ridiculous. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced measures to increase the production and supply of oxygen, but the duty of the government now falling to private citizens.
It's a horrible situation. It is as if the government has completely abdicated its responsibility. There is no help anywhere. The health system has completely collapsed.
Activists and TV host Tashin Poonawalla and his wife Monica are using their celebrity, influence and resources to help desperate Indians source oxygen, cylinders and hospital beds, which they believe shouldn't be a privilege but a fundamental right. Thousands are appealing to them on social media, but for every 50 they say they can only manage to help one.
They call us with hope and we can't fulfill it. It's very difficult. Imagine you have oxygen, you don't have cylinders. Imagine you have oxygen in the country, you can't transport the oxygen. And therefore people are dying with oxygen. It's criminal.
For Sharma, a student studying law, he knows firsthand how much his country is now suffering. As he prepares to pick up his father's remains from the crematorium, he is praying that COVID doesn't take his mother as well.
I'm totally helpless because I have lost my father 2-3 days ago, and I have left my mom in the hospital, and I am so helpless. I am all alone now.
Anna Corrin, CNN, Hong Kong.